Well, I was gonna wait till the snow melted a little bit before I did this, but people are making requests, so I'm gonna show you my place where I live now. As you can see, it's totally still winter here. This is where I park. It's maybe 3/4 of a mile walk from here to my place, and it's like over there. And straight from here, it's probably only like 1/4 mile, but you can't get there because the highway's in the way and a bunch of other things. But anyway, I'm gonna get some stuff out of my truck and put it in my backpack and carry it up. So I mentioned the highway's in the way. So right now I'm in a tunnel, and there's one end, and there's the other end, and I'm standing right under I-89 right now. I just said right now twice in a row, but I'm gonna let that slide. Oh yeah, and the next question that everyone's gonna be thinking is, well, why don't you just drive? You're on this nice road thing. Well, there's a gate way back there. I didn't show you it, but it's just a gate that blocks the road so that people can't drive up here, because this is where the town reservoirs are, and they don't want people driving up here. Now people ask me a lot, why would you get property with no road to it, like landlocked property? And there are a few reasons. Like, it was really cheap and there's a lot of land. But the main reason is that I wanted to get something that would force me to have exercise. I like doing things in my life that require me to be healthy, and this way, every time I go home, you know, I have to walk this thing and walk uphill, and if I want to take stuff there, you know, stuff I'm working on, I have to carry a bag full of stuff 3/4 of a mile uphill, and it's just automatic exercise. And I remember going hiking when I was younger, and it always seemed like kind of a chore. I mean, I always enjoyed it, but I was never that motivated to go hiking or anything like that. But now I just automatically do it every day, and it's really nice walking through the forest in the middle of the night when the stars are out. And I don't know, I just like walking around in the forest. There's all this stuff I would miss if I was doing like a normal sedentary lifestyle. And I see a lot of people just being miserable and unhappy and being totally unhealthy because, you know, they go from their house to their car, back into their house, and they never even use their legs. They're just sitting on their butts all day, using machinery to, you know, do things for them. And so, yeah, I mean, it just gives me tons of great exercise, carrying 100 pounds on my back up the mountain every once in a while. And just to give you an idea, the other day when I was at the grocery store, you know, sticking my arm in that arm checker, the heart rate pressure monitor thing, I don't remember what my what my blood pressure was, but my heart rate was 42, and that's like not even resting. And I don't really exercise that much. Like, I go running, but most of it is just being outside and just, you know, doing things. And there's fresh air up here and spring water, and it's awesome. But, alright, I'm gonna keep walking. So here's one of the town reservoirs that is the water source for the town, right down where I park. And that road I was on comes all the way up here, and it ends right around there, and then there's I guess an old logging road that goes up to my place. It's just a little trail now. Another thing people ask me about sometimes is, would I ever sell the place? Although they're usually not like making offers or anything at the time, so I haven't really had to think about it that much. But lately I've been kind of thinking, I want to get an island and build a boat. So I'd sell the place if I could get enough money to do that. But, you know, I'm not gonna like actively seek out buyers or put it on the market or anything, because I'm not really that motivated to sell it, because it's a pretty awesome place to live. Alright, so we're definitely on my property now, and that's where we just came from. And if you go up here, you can't see it very well from here, but there's a way to get up there with a rope you can hold on to so you don't slip. And then over here, there's the dome up there, and there's the bottom floor, second floor, the third floor, and there's this little room on top. I'm gonna go around, let's see, where's my finger? I'm gonna go around this way and up there. That's like the back way. And another idea that's come up for this place is I have 25 acres, well 25.4 actually. One idea is to have like a big community, I guess a commune or intentional community, whatever you want to call them. And now that I have a lumber mill up at the top of the mountain, oh, you can barely see my tower from here. It's like right up there. I don't know if it's coming out in camera, but that's where my lumber mill is. But anyway, now that I have that, you know, it's a lot easier to build like cabins and things like that. So all I really need is a bunch of cool people to come and hang out and do stuff. Maybe like artists or similarly crazy people or builders, I don't know. But that would be cool. And I always tell my friends that they can come visit me anytime and stay as long as they want. And Shane is in there right now. I don't know what she's doing. I think she's sewing. But she took me up on that and moved in like 10 months ago and hasn't left. And I haven't kicked her out yet. So yeah, I'm living up to my promise. Alright, I wasn't going to show this because it's slightly embarrassing, but here's the spring house. It used to be a dome like this, and it was just like a temporary thing. But it, you know, it was doing a good job. But it caved in somehow this winter. Came back and it looked like this. But the snow is melting off it, and when all the snow's gone, I'll go in there and pop it back out. And, I don't know, replace any of the steel pieces that bent. Or maybe I can just bend them back and screw them. But anyway, so I think this year I'll actually have to make a more permanent thing on top of the spring. Oh, and there's a pump in there too, which I can't get to right now, so that there's a pump and then a hose that goes all the way up to the dome. I also had to remark on this. Now this orange thing I put on before the winter, before I left, to mark it as a sugar maple tree. And about a week ago I came, here, this is what's going on. I drilled a hole in the tree, jammed a pipe in. That was just a piece of steel pipe that I had around. Actually, it was one of Deshaina's curtain rods, and she generously let me chop it up into pieces. But anyway, as you can see, oh, there's sap dripping in there. Goes real slow. Oh, there's a drip. But this will get filled up like twice during the day. And then, for anyone who doesn't know how to make maple syrup, you take that and boil the crap out of it. And I think something like 40 gallons of sap makes 1 gallon of maple syrup, depending on how much you boil it down. But you need a lot of sap to get any amount of maple syrup. But I'll show you some that's done up there. Oh, and here's a couple more trees that are tapped. That one right there and that one there. I don't know if you can see from here. Alright. So here's the back way up. You have your little rope attached to some trees to hold on to so you don't slip, which is good because right now there's still some ice here. Another present I found upon my return was that the stovepipe, which normally sticks out of here and goes up, was buried under this, like, it's still like 4 feet of snow there. So I yoinked the stovepipe off something else and just jammed it in there. So when the snow melts, I can get it out and put it on. Here's the outside of the dome. And it's like clear tarp, like really strong stuff. Now, originally on the outside of the dome, there were these hard panels on each one of these triangles. And they didn't last that well. They were supposed to be made for greenhouses, but they started disintegrating. I don't know if it was the sun or the cold or the combination. But they started getting holes in them, and I just ripped them all off and stuck this on just as a temporary thing. But that was like 3 years ago, and it's just holding up really well. It doesn't have any holes or anything. But now that I have a lumber mill, I'm going to make the roof extend out like off the sides there, so it'll stick out about 1 meter, and that roof on the top too, and then put a balcony up at the top, and then a balcony like where the second floor level is, and then cover the whole thing with wood and put tons and tons of windows on this side. So the reason I put this clear stuff on is that it lets sunlight in and it warms up the whole dome. Even in the winter, it'll be like 80 degrees inside when the sun's out. Oh yeah, one more thing outside. Here's the door. It's just a triangle that